Welcome to the Coffee Journeys show, hosted by me, Piotr Zagorowski, author of the Coffee Journeys blog. In this show, I'll be sharing my journey from being a technical person to a leader and discussing topics such as leadership, technology, and intentional living. I'll be sharing my unique perspective and insights and offering guidance on how to develop the skills and mindset needed to succeed in today's world. Whether you're an aspiring leader, a technology enthusiast, or simply looking to learn more about the world around you, this podcast is for you. So, join me for the engaging and thought-provoking conversations on leadership, technology, and intentional living on the Coffee Journeys show. Today, we are going to be talking about how the language we use can shape our behavior and decisions. We'll be diving into the idea of internalization and how we often unconsciously adopt patterns and behaviors, and how that can be harmful if we do not do this carefully. When I record this episode is Monday. Today is also a day when, in the UK, children return to school after an extended break for the first time in about 2 weeks. Consequently, the parents of these children are also seeing each other for the first time in a long time. And how we can start conversation on days like this? Well, it usually starts with the weather. And let's address it first. Let's talk about the universal habit of complaining about the weather. Have you ever noticed that on Monday morning it's so easy to start a conversation with someone by talking about the weather, and more often or not, it's about complaining about it? Well, it turns it's not only the Polish thing, but it's universal. We all complain about weather. So, why am I bringing this up to you? Recently, I've been focusing on routines, and I've been looking on how we approach things in our daily lives. This example of complaining about the weather on Mondays, it's just one example of how we often unconsciously replicate patterns of behavior. But it's not only about complaining about the weather. It's about how we make our decisions based on external conditions that we have no control over. And okay, before we continue, I would like to introduce, or rather reintroduce you to my lovely assistant, Droidella McElectron.
Hi, my name is Droidella McElectron. I am a synthetically generated voice assistant. You can call me Droidy.
Okay, Droidy, I will need some information. Can you tell our listeners who is Josh Waitzkin?
Josh Waitzkin is an American chess player, martial arts competitor, and author. He was the subject of the book and film Searching for Bobby Fischer, which was based on his early life as a chess prodigy. Waitzkin has also trained in martial arts and has written books on his experiences and strategies for achieving success in competitive settings.
Okay, thanks for this. And now a short info about a book, Tools of Titans.
Tools of Titans is a non-fiction book by Tim Ferriss that features interviews and insights from some of the most successful and influential people in various fields, including business, investing, sports, and entertainment. The book covers a wide range of topics, including productivity, health, and personal development. It's aimed to provide readers with practical and actionable advice, as well as inspiration and insights, to help them achieve their own goals and aspirations. The book is a collection of Ferriss's interviews from his podcast, The Tim Ferriss Show.
And this is where the idea of internalization comes in. In the book Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, there is a story about how Josh Waitzkin changed his walking routine and the language he and his son Jack used. He realized that when it was raining, people would say, "It's bad weather, I'm not going out for a walk." And when it wasn't raining, they would say, "Okay, it's fine, weather is good, we can go out." This means that we are externally dependent on ideal condition to be able to have some good time. And Josh wanted to teach his son, Jack, to have internal control and do not rely on external conditions. So he and Jack never missed a single storm, rain or snow to go out. He made this experiment, or he decided to do this experiment to go for a walk on every single day for 1 year. They developed their language based on how beautiful it is. And now, when it's rainy day, Jack says, "Look, Dad, it's such a beautiful rainy day." And they go out and play outside. And it all could be looking as to be too good to be true. However, I will tell you my personal story. So recently we had like long break. Kids have like probably about 3 weeks break. I had some day off and everything. It was fantastic. However, for such a long time, it could be a little bit boring. So by the end of this, it was already after New Year, I think. We decided, okay, well, let's have some family time. Let's read some books and all of these things. And all of a sudden, my son said to all of us, "Let's go for a walk." And it would not be strange if not, it was only like very, very raining and windy and quite cold. And I'm guilty of it, but I used to say like winter in UK could be very miserable. The weather conditions are harsh. However, I told my family the story about Josh and Jack. So that's what I'm trying to make sure that my kids do not label weather as bad or good. Weather is just happening, and this is our reaction that could be bad or good. So, although I and my wife wasn't super keen on this idea, we actually went for a walk. It was awesome, and both of my kids were very, very brave, and we did it. And we make almost like 3 kilometers in quite windy, rainy, darkish day. And it was superb. Like I noticed, like we were so proud of ourselves. It was awesome time. We had full gear, like waterproof and everything. We also took like front light with us. So it was really fun. So I would like to challenge you for today. Think about how often you use the term bad weather and ask yourself, can the weather be really bad? In conclusion, the language we use can shape our behavior and decisions. By internalizing our actions and decisions, we can break free from the pattern of behavior that limit us and make our decision based on our internal control. And for those of you who haven't already read Tools of Titans, I highly recommend it. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for the next week episode. And this is all I have for you today. I value feedback a lot. That's why I ask you to review my podcast in your favorite podcasting platform and give it as many stars as you think it deserves. By doing so, this podcast is going to be more visible and I can reach more people to provide value. And before you go, if you would like to join the community of people who are determined to help each other and grow together, join my newsletter at coffeejourneys.blog/newsletter. Thanks for tuning in today, and until next time, have a great